Slovak.
I'm Helena, I'm from Slovakia.
Slovakia as well.
My name is Kari and I come from Finland.
Finland.
I'm Matthias and I come from Finland.
Finland.
I'm Denis and I come from Slovakia.
Slovakia.
I'm Matthias and I come from Slovakia.
Slovakia.
Adriana from Bulgaria.
Too, from Bulgaria. Iliana is my name.
My name is Sylvia and I come from Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. Emir, I'm from Turkey.
I'm from Turkey too.
Turkey.
I'm Miroslav and I'm from Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
I'm Tatiana and I'm from Bulgaria.
Veronica, also.
Sorry?
Veronica, also from Bulgaria.
Also from Bulgaria.
I'm Esra, I'm from Turkey.
Senat, I am from Turkey.
My name is Virpi, I come from Finland.
Finland.
My name is Büşra, I am from Turkey.
My name is Selva, I am from Turkey.
Okay.
And what about me?
Yeah, you. And you're from?
I'm from the Earth, the world.
Okay. Mother. Great. Okay, I have been working in this field, as I told you, and I had a chance to work as in many positions, starting as a volunteer many years ago, in the last century, 1990 something. And then I started to work as a professional, and I became first the project assistant, then the coordinator, then the trainer, and blah, 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 blah. And so I had a chance to visit some countries, as I told before. And today we will be working on some issues like prejudices, stereotypes, communication a little bit, and intercultural learning, and so on. I believe that it will be quite a fun session with your contribution as well. So, we have a text which is prepared for you. In Turkish? Of course in Turkish. I mean, what were you expecting in Turkey? Please take one and pass the rest.
In Italian it is.
In Italian, yeah.
What is it about?
Aren't you taking part?
No, I'm the photographer.
It's not fair.
It's not fair?
What's the correct answer? What's the correct answer?
You are supposed to read it. No, not look at the pictures, not that part.
Oh, shoes!
Oh, yeah. Verin kıza fazlasını. Ver fazlasını. Kızım yazını kır. Şuraya bakın. One for me. Balkan Express? Ah, we are going to Balkans. Okay. Since a year you have been planning to go for a tour in Balkans.
Please take 2 minutes to read the text. I think it's clear for everyone. Please take 2 more minutes and pick 3 people to travel together. Is the text clear for everybody? Yes. Yeah.
A doctor, a gypsy, a musician, a blind man, a young person, a man from Iraq, a man from USA, a teacher, a professor from university, an ex-offender.
Sorry, what?
The point is there. The professions or maybe the characteristics of these people, it is something about racism, xenophobia, and anything else.
Is it?
Yes.
No.
Yes. There is a gypsy, there is a person from Iraq. What is strange about persons from Iraq?
You'll see about it.
Just choose one. Okay. We are in the music room, so a musician will be good.
What does it mean, ex-offender, in your...
Ex-prisoner, someone who was in the prison.
Aha.
Ex, you know, ex-wife, ex-president, ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend.
But offender, in my opinion, is something...
But we decided to speak to the doctor. Because we wanted to agree on something that we forced everyone to agree on something. We had the doctor and then we convinced them to speak to the doctor as well.
Okay, thank you. Group number 4?
Yes, please. That's an interesting group. Interesting story. What happened?
Well, we started sharing our choices. We started sharing our choices, and we almost agreed for 2 of them, but she read her list and it was totally different from ours. We had a big problem convincing her what is right. So we
What is right?
Yeah, what we have.
And please go on.
So we chose only 2, a doctor and a musician, because we didn't have the time to convince her she can convince her.
But which doctor was it?
Dr. House.
Dr. House. No others. Only it's Dr. House.
What was the difference, main difference between your list and the other?
Well, me or her?
I mean, you and her. You as a group.
Okay, so we thought that most of us have chosen doctor and, well, the 3 of us have chosen doctor and musician, blind people, old woman, something like this. And she was with a gypsy, a man from Iraq, and an ex-offender.
You could be a good couple. Alright. And then, what's the result?
Well,
what do you have at the end?
One and heat. They promised They promised to me that it will be Dr. House, because only I want to travel only with Dr. House, and it will be heat. So I was saying it will be it could be.
So you want to travel with a psycho?
No.
Charismatic all the time.
Dr. House is also an ex-offender. He went to prison, so even if you have Dr. House,
my choice was from other side. I don't want to travel with doctor because I don't want to think about my sickness. I don't want to travel with a musician because it is music what I don't like. I don't want to travel with a blind man because I don't want to care about him. I don't want to travel with a young person. Sorry, Atisha, I have enough of your a man from USA, sorry, not. Teacher, professor of university, really know why it's, So, an old woman, no.
Only grandmother.
You want my grandmother back without her father.
So, the 3 people you picked?
Three people was man from Iraq, ex-offender and gypsy. Interesting people.
Okay. And 2 people you all agree on?
I was the doctor and musician.
Doctor and musician. Somehow you could agree with doctor and
Only house and pink.
But the musician is pink. The group.
Okay, group number 1. Okay, hey speaker.
First, we set our choices. They are a blind man, a young person, and a teacher. A blind man and a young person can be a doctor, gypsy, a man from Iraq, a man from USA, a professor from the university. They can be everything. So that's why we choose these two. And for the last one, teacher, we have to choose between the fourth, which are the last, and we just pick the teacher.
Okay. How was it in the group while you were making the decision? The arguments, the discussions you had?
Our choices were different, and so we picked a blind man and a young person because we don't know much about him.
About blind people?
But
Okay.
he can be a doctor, a teacher.
Okay. All right. So it was easy for you to make a decision somehow. Maybe with a doubt. All right. The last group, please.
With me? First of all, I would like to say that there was no democracy in our group. Kari made me talk. This was kind of violent.
Let's hope you're in the democracy.
And the weirdest part is that I didn't want young person or teachers in my compartment, but then they convinced me. So they kind of convinced me. We have the musician, of course, like I think the two of the other groups, because we all said that it will be fun. I think only you didn't have. Oh, you have musician. Okay. It would be fun to travel with someone who is creative and light-hearted, and you know. Then we had the young person. The two students wanted young people, and the two teachers wanted young people. It made me the worst one here. But I said that, Monica, I said that I didn't want any young people in my compartment just to spare them, not because I mind them. Then I really tried to convince them about the blind man. That was my first choice actually, because I thought it would be very interesting to spend time and communicate with someone that can't see you and can't stereotype you or judge you according to your appearance.
Yes, the same opinion, yes.
But and also to try and see how the others would behave in a situation like that. Would they want to try to help them or care for them? Would they find it weird, or how that would be? But they all said, yes, I see your point. But they didn't want to travel with them. So, well, we will have a really boring journey, but we will be healthy and safe because we picked the doctor. So they convinced me about the doctor. So we have a doctor, a musician, and the young person.
Okay, besides having no democracy in the group, any interesting thing that you can share?
I think it was, I don't know, I think the students had the hardest time dealing with the teacher. That were not on the same side also, but it was this time.
Okay, alright, thank you very much. Could you please open this side and everybody can turn this side?
Şöyle getirin sen karşıya. O kalsın. Karşıya geç. Otur otur. Non-stop. I am the musician. Not pink.
I wonder if each of us had to be in that list. How would we define ourselves by one word? So that other people would pick us.
Please, the stage is yours.
I don't know.
Ask them.
Probably I wouldn't say teacher.
Let's start from you then.
If I don't say a teacher, I don't know what.
The philosopher.
Okay, a Bulgarian. that would, I think, that would show if people, you know, have stereotypes or would want to communicate with me.
Okay, then let's make a fast exercise. Please take one time and define a word which is going to describe yourself.
I think I'm Bulgarian.
Okay, that's yours. Please take 1 minute. I mean, that's not going to be answer that will make you earn $1 million and so on. Just a simple question. A word, or let's say the most 2 words, which is going to describe yourself. Like a teacher, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like a teacher. For example, me, simply youth worker. Oh, that's 3 words. Okay. Youth worker.
Gel baba.
An English.
Bu grupta siz kendinizi nasıl tanıtırsınız? Yani kimsiniz diye yaptığı zaman.
Kelimelerle değil mi?
Tek bir kelime kendini tanımlayacak. Öğrenci, Türk, sevecen, neyse artık.
I mean, if you are a student, you can describe yourself. You can say that student, or you can say handsome, or you can say athlete. You can say
footballer.
You can say awesome. You can say footballer. Right? If there is someone who wants to share, yes, please. Sauna.
That was my idea for Khan.
Yeah. Oh, you are Bulgarian.
You stole it. I gave it.
Sauna man.
Or if you have ideas about other people, you can share this as well, like you have.
This won't be a short exercise.
Okay.
Yeah?
Alright.
Repeat.
Okay, let's take 3 more. Anyone?
Ali, you start.
Yes,
Me?
please.
Cameraman.
Please.
I have one, actually. Yeah. I'd say tattooed and pierced, because I have earrings and tattoos, so people might stereotype me because of that.
Yeah.
But you can't really see them, I hide them, and that doesn't define who I am, because what I have on.
Okay, but this is how you make it, how it makes you feel, right?
Yeah, sometimes I know not in Finland, but some other countries, people are not as accepting about tattoos as in Finland, so
yeah.
They might stereotype me because of that.
So immediately you are getting in part in a marginalized group.
Yeah, yeah.
You look like a marginalized person.
Yeah, and some people might, they think that I listen to some kind of music because I have a certain tattoos or something like that.
Do you think that this situation blocks you or the others?
No, I don't think
to get in touch easier.
Excuse me, what do you mean?
This situation,
yeah?
this stereotype that people have, do you think that this situation is blocking yourself or the others to get in touch, to communicate, or to have a worse communication type?
I don't think it blocks communication, but it might affect how people think of me before they come and talk to me. And they might think that I might be some kind of person before they even talk to me.
Right.
But I don't really think about it that much, but I know it affects some people.
Alright.
Yes.
What about the session? How did you feel about it from the beginning? But I'm asking your feeling. When you took the paper, the story, and you read it, and you are asked to pick 3 people, this is a question for everybody as well. And how did you feel about it?
At first I wanted to pick the most interesting people, like gypsies and musicians and ex-offenders and stuff like that. But then I thought about it, I'm going to be 36 hours with them. It might be okay for a few hours, but when I want to travel for 36 hours, I want to travel. I don't want to get to know the people for 36 hours. It might be a little bit too long, and I don't know.
How long time you will sleep?
But if there's a musician and a gypsy in home room, they keep talking and playing music. So.
There will be hell in there. Yeah. Alright, anyone else? Maybe from the same group or another group?
I was trying to say.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I could define myself as a human, great human, or then like an easygoing thinker. Easygoing human thinker.
Thank you.
How about you?
I have the last, only one word, playful.
Playful?
Yes.
Nice. That's good for your students as well.
I hope.
I mean, I would love to have a teacher like you. Okay, anyone else? Yes, please.
My word is gamer because I like to play games, which one is on computers or football, volleyball, basketball, or something else. So I decided my word is gamer.
Gamer?
Yeah.
Alright, that's good. What about the feelings during the session?
Playing games make me feel so relaxed and yeah.
So that's good. What about the workshop, the exercise we had? How did you feel about it? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Okay, thank you. What about the making decision process? Is there anyone who felt excluded? Is there anyone who is saying, I really could not feel inside the group? I see some face over there. No? Or maybe over there. No, seriously, your group is the most interesting one because you could not somehow make a common decision. So, did it really make you feel like you are out of the group or your group?
For me, I want to be other.
You want to already be marginalized?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's satisfying.
So, Helen, how would you define yourself? I don't know, let's say it in English. So.
Try it in Slovak.
I don't understand English.
So I will look at Google Translate, straight in Slovak.
Tolerance, yeah.
Tolerance is tolerant. Tolerated.
Yeah, we saw that.
This is not true.
It is not true. I shared a room with her. It is not true.
Actually, this is more or less a good example about the communication as well. Because, as you all know, of course I'm not going to give a lecture about communication. The majority of these people know much better than me how the communication starts and goes. But basically, as you know, the communication is about a channel in which a sender exists, right, and a receiver, and this is the channel.
Channel 5?
Channel 5, yeah. To be able to complete the whole communication process, at least to start, a sender is supposed to send a message through the channel. But this message could be everything. Just like your appearance can be a message to the others as well. But when this channel is not working very well, like in your case, I mean, would you describe yourself as a good person, as a human? Yeah. Good human, right? But just because I have that images about people who have tattoos, who have
piercings,
yeah. Piercings and tattoos and so on, I believe that they are all drunk people, they are all addictives, they are all
sailors and criminals.
They are all, yeah, and blah blah blah. I immediately have an image in my mind that you are no good person for me to be able to communicate and so on. So this creates, I always say, problem with this word.
Pride and prejudice.
I hope I wrote it well, right?
I think you should change.
Yes.
Prejudice or prejudice?
Could you please spell it?
J-I-D-U-S. You, that's I, yeah.
Okay, you know what it is.
Prejudice. Ön yargı.
Okay. This situation creates that one. And when you, especially about the intercultural atmosphere, let's imagine that we are taking a flight this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Right? 2 o'clock, we are all going to Dubai. Right? And I suppose the weather is better. Good destination. Yeah, good destination, right? What would be the first thing that we would observe when we land in Dubai airport? let's imagine that we all take a flight, we land in Dubai airport, and then as a group, we start to walk in Dubai. We are just going for a walk. What can we observe about Dubai people? The first things that, yeah.
Money and religion.
So what?
Money and religion.
Money and religion.
Yeah.
Meaning, especially money?
They are the same.
It's a really rich country and they have...
you can see that they are rich.
Yeah.
So which is the sign of money.
But then again, you will see how they look. You will see the appearance. And you will think about their religion or money through their appearance.
So they have white, I don't know what clothing, what they call it.
Clothes.
Long clothes. Interesting
Could we
caps.
say buildings?
Yes.
Or architecture?
Yes. Dubai, what was the name of the hotel in Dubai?
Yeah, the seven star.
Yeah. No, yeah, I was there last week.
What else?
Law and orders. Law and orders.
Law and orders.
Yeah.
Can you really observe it in a couple of hours?
Yes.
All right.
Sand.
Huh?
Sand.
Sand?
Yes, kum, çöl.
Yeah.
Desert. And sea.
And sea.
Sea.
Islands. Artificial islands.
Oh yeah.
Artificial islands.
Yeah, it's also architecture or something like that.
Yeah.
The palm trees.
What else? The food? Yes. Can you observe it? Maybe. Seafood. What else?
Temperature.
The weather.
Expensive cars.
Clean or dirty.
Environment.
Yeah, environment.
There's something that you can easily observe.
Behavior.
Okay, that as well.
The language.
Yeah, language. Have you heard about the onion of the culture?
Does it smell like onion?
Depends. Well, actually, any single culture smells very interesting and mystic. It's up to you to enjoy it or not. According to a scientist man, whose name I can't remember right now, but I can email him after. He says that a culture is like an onion. And you know, culture, the onion has different layers, right? And when you want to discover a culture, on the first layer, when you reach to another culture, you can easily observe the food and the behaviors. Like how they salute each other, how they speak to each other, the distance between them. Once we were organizing a youth exchange in Ankara, and there were people from Estonia. And maybe you already noticed, it's more or less the same in Balkan countries as well. We touch a lot people, right? While talking, while saying hi and so on. Even men in Turkey, when they meet, they kiss each other on the cheeks, which is extremely weird for especially the Western and the Northern European countries. And at the end of each day, we were having a group leaders meeting, and then the Estonian girl came with the comment after 2 days. She said, Ömer, yes Margarita, although she was Estonian, she had an Italian name. What's wrong? I have a problem. She was really having a hard time to explain what the problem was. And she was like, okay, tell me, what's it? Why Turkish people are touching us? I don't know. We like touching, that's the reason. Yeah, that's really interesting for them, because that's not in their daily life. But if I go to Finland maybe as well, or if I go to Estonia, And when I meet you on the street, if I kiss you on the cheek, people will be like, oh, there's something wrong with this guy. Yeah? Or walking like this with my best male friend is quite okay in Turkey, or like that, yeah? Yeah. Or, for example, in Japan, if you stand like this to a person, he or she will be extremely uncomfortable. Right? So, when you go deeper, you see the language. I have a problem studying words.
GE.
Language, right? Yeah. Whatever. Well, usually people think that it's on the first layer, but the more you stay in the country, the more information you have about it, and more or less before 6 months, you cannot really get the idea and the logic of the language. Because as far as you start using some sayings in the language, and then you can say that, okay, you are more or less comfortable with the language. But when you go deeper, there are taboos that everybody knows, but no one speaks about. Is there any taboo in your country that everybody knows, but no one speaks?
Religion in Turkey, maybe.
Of course, it's about women, weight and age.
Sorry, what? Weight and?
Age.
Age, yeah. You should never ask a lady about the age, you know?
Alright.
That is also a taboo in Turkey too.
Alright.
I think the political views.
Yeah. Are they taboos? Are they not discussable?
I don't think that if you are in a company, you don't usually talk about your political views if you're not sure that the other people share your opinion.
Yeah, and especially if you have some expectation from this political thing and so on. Yeah, but there are other taboo examples as well. But when you go to the deepest layer, there are things that you cannot touch at all. And they are the heroes.
Heroes?
Yes. For example, when you go to Vatican, you cannot criticize Jesus. When you're in Turkey, you cannot criticize the prophet or the founder of the country, who is Mustafa Kemal Atatürk.
You cannot, we can't, we are foreigners. We can, we are foreigners.
Yeah, but
I mean, of course you can criticize, but you can, let's put it in the right way. You cannot insult, let's say.
But nobody said that before traveling there.
Sorry?
It wasn't written anywhere. It wasn't written anywhere that we can't speak in positive or negative way about it.
Yes, but it's not written that you cannot insult Jesus in Vatican either. But if you do it, you get in trouble as well. It doesn't have to be in Vatican. I mean, if you do it in a religious country, or let's say if you do it in a religious village somewhere in Europe, or if you do it in a very religious village in India, and if you do the same for the Indian hero, it's more or less the same. Yeah. So the deepest layer is about the untouchables. That's why some countries from time to time are having difficulties to be able to get in touch and to communicate as well. Right? There's a word in international relations which is balkanizing the situation. Have you heard about it? Especially our friends from Balkans, from Bulgaria, they can understand it maybe a little bit better, because especially in the Balkan region, since thousands of years, the conflict never stopped. Correct me if I'm wrong. Huh? No? Right? Okay, this conflict, the main reason of having this conflict is having the lack of intercultural understanding and lack of communication, actually. As long as we cannot have enough and right way communication, then intercultural learning cannot start. and then the right communication doesn't go on, and then a conflict starts, and you never know where the conflict is going. And that's why it's quite important that you are spending your time in our country, and we really appreciate that, because this is a great chance and this is a great example of an intercultural atmosphere, so that people can learn each other and build a better Europe for the next days and for the future. Yeah. Any comments, questions?
No, we can't.
Actually, you can.
Don't touch the heroes, but do some comments.
No, I'm not the hero yet, so you can read it.
For example, I don't agree with this video explained about this problem in Balkan and how it's, what was the real problem. We don't know what was the real problem of the war.
Yeah.
Yes, it was about political, it was about economy. It wasn't the real problem.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
yeah, it is for a long discussion.
That's right. But
Isn't the very core of these circles the very, very intimate part of one's life?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
What is very intimate?
Yeah?
I mean, what is very, very personal?
Yes, that's right.
I'm surprised that heroes are in the center, the smallest circle.
Well, actually, the heroes are
The
quite...
smallest circle should be my very, very personal life, like one's sex life, for instance. This is what is never discussed in public.
Well, that is personal.
Actually, that's the taboo. That's the taboo. But these heroes, actually, it's much more... it's much more related to our selves, although we do not notice it too much. For example, Atatürk is such a great person for me, and in my daily life, I am not a promoter of this thing. Okay, I'm not going on the streets and promoting the idea. But, you know what? When I go somewhere else, if someone has a different opinion, and then I turn myself as a great promoter of the situation. And then I noticed that after getting this session many years ago, I just noticed that it's really inside of ourselves, although we don't notice on our daily lives. That's why the prophets, that's why the ideas, the concepts or the philosophies which are similar to prophets in other beliefs and religions and concepts and so on, are very in the deep of the culture. And the thing that we call culture is not something that we learn on daily basis or with a schedule. With the first breath that we take in this earth, we start to learn it, no matter you want it or you don't want it.
I think what Ilan said was on individual level.
Yes.
What you explained was on community level, or nation, or...
Okay, then, let me ask one question. What is the basic principles of a culture? How can we shape it? Is it possible to have an individual culture?
But be careful, you are discussing with a philosopher.
All right. Well,
When I teach, we teach that there are two different meanings of the word culture in Bulgarian.
Right.
One is everyday culture, which is the behavior of a single person, of an individual, and of course there the inner part are your feelings, thoughts, and whatever is inside. And on the other is it's like spiritual culture, which applies to that's in Bulgarian. It doesn't sound, it means the traditions, the ideas, the values, all their they are applied in a material way to agriculture, and this is the that meaning of culture, which applies to the nation, to the community. So we actually have to What on an individual level when you say that one is not well, I would say, well cultured, it would mean well behaved, well raised, brought up. And the other way, culture applies to the whole group of people.
But maybe separates these two definitions of culture from each other. Because society is made of individuals.
If we separate them, then we would say he doesn't behave like a true Bulgarian or like a true, So, yes, if somebody doesn't behave like...
If you say something like this in Bulgarian, and making it direct, he doesn't have the culture. He doesn't have culture on this topic or on the situation. Because we also have the same thing, but it's quite related to linguistic.
Or education or how the way you are raised.
Yeah, exactly. And on the other hand, this is just an idea of a person. I'm just transferring this one. Yeah? Alright. But
yes, I think the course is not probably heroes as long as they relate to history and values and the way people, whatever holds their identity, their collective identity. That's the core. Or group.
Well, actually, maybe my example was wrong. Maybe here you can put as a hero the father of the family.
Yeah, if it's on an individual level, what is course? The inner part is family. And
let's say that I'm atheist and I don't believe in the ideas of the founder of the country, and my hero for me is my father. So then, if you insult my father, you again get in trouble somehow.
Of course, it's normal. It could be one person, hero of everyone.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, no one.
Who's your hero?
What?
Who's your hero?
You?
Me? No. Don't touch me. You can't touch me.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. I just want to add one thing, which I believe that it could be useful, especially for young people. Which is irrelevant, but I believe it's... Have you heard about this?
Yeah. Euro desk. You pay euro and you buy a desk.
When they give out to you.
This is Eurodesk.
Yeah, Eurodesk. Eurodesk is an international European-based network which supplies information for young people, for people who are working with young people, basically youth workers or teachers as well. So let's say that after you finish the high school, you want to study in the UK, or you want to study in Sweden, or in another country. You can easily go to the website of Eurodesk, which exists in any single European Union member country, and the candidate country as well, which is Turkey. You know, we are professional candidates. It has been more than 50 years.
54 years, we are candidates.
Professional ones, right? In
Bulgaria, 2 years and then...
in each country there is one Eurodesk, and especially the Bulgarian one is working very hard, very well. I met them in like 2 months ago in Copenhagen.
Do you want me to take
No.
You just need to visit the website of Eurodesk, and you can be the member of the newsletters. Actually, it's better if you become the member of the Facebook groups. You can get faster information from them, not only about the question that you want to ask, but also they are sending many news and announcements that young people or people working with young people can easily participate. And many of these programs and projects are usually supported by European Union or other institutions. And usually the food, accommodation and the other costs are fully covered. So if you have a question, start with your desk. Even though you don't have a question, go for your desk. Thank you very much for your time and your patience. I hope you enjoyed it. Ciao.
Ciao. Thank you.
Thank you very much.